Well, once again, Alan, I'm gonna impress you. I think I have to say thank you to the black men of America for yet another something I don't know, something that's risen over the last decade or so, and that is the full figured woman. I know we all share a TikTok account with the middle class holes, and I know what we're all watching because I know what pops up every now and again, and at least once a week there's like a clip from this runway show. It's like a lingerie runway show or something, and there are just some thick bitches from all walks of life, and they are like model hot, but they look like CrossFit chicks who haven't quite participated in CrossFit for like a month, and they've kind of let a little bit of that jiggle enter back into their life. And I feel like if it wasn't for the black men of America, we wouldn't have this beauty introduced into the mainstream like it has been over the last like 5 to 10 years. And it is something glorious. I mean, just there's this one chick, she's blonde, and she is just beautiful, booty full. And I'm glad that this has been introduced because I feel like when I was growing up, all models they were still hot, but they were rail thin. But we didn't know any better. So that's all we thought was hot. And then the black men of America were like, man, I like a chick with some meat on her bones. And it's like, meat on her bones means fat, and I don't like fat girls. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I can start to deal with this. And more clothing started to come off of these individual ladies. And now we're at a point where beautiful is not what it was, and it's glorious. So thank you, African American men of America.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to leave out my Latino brethren in this either because we're in the same boat. Like,
Yeah.
we've been talking about white people behind your backs for quite some time. Like, we'd be all in a room, a party or something. There'd be a young lady, and one of you white boys would be like, "Oh, she fine as shit," and me and the Browns would look at each other and be like, "That little bitch." All right, well, whatever you guys want, white boys. Do your thing. Somebody got to eat white meat. Might as well be you. Like, but yes, I'm glad you appreciate. And yeah, I think we've talked about this before. How like I appreciate that like societal norms have loosened a bit for women and just let them do the things, man. You know what I mean? Like let a little jiggle come in there. It's okay.
And
Nothing wrong.
actually,
It's healthy.
uh, probably 2, maybe 3 years ago, I came across someone as a suggested friend, and I think the only person that I had been talking to as a common friend on Facebook was Alan. I said, "Who is that?" And Alan described her as an Amazonian goddess. That's some Amazonian goddess. I was like, "Yeah, you're right, bro."
I remember. Do you remember the Glamazon? She was a lady wrestler.
Beth Phoenix, of course. Yeah, kind of.
man.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Not ringing too many bells. I can hear. I remember first seeing her and just like my white boy brain was confused. I was like, wait a second, she's gorgeous, but she's bigger than me. And I'm like, it took a minute to suppress that side of my brain. It's like, that's okay. That's okay. How's your penis doing?
Yeah.
Right? That's okay, right? You like that. And then it started to become a little more normalized. Now they tried to go too far a few years ago. They were like the Lizzos of the world and things like that, where I'm like, okay, all right, let's not go a bridge too far here. But somewhere between Kate Moss and Lizzo is like the perfect shaped woman, and that's what I'm grateful for. I mean, because when we were growing up, the fashion shows, and I learned this not too long ago, is the only reason these fashion designers liked the rail thin skinny models is because it was literally like putting clothes on a coat hanger. You didn't have to redesign anything. Everybody's the same size. Off, on, get out there, strut your stuff, turn around, put something else on, come back out. And now it's like, oh, there's a real world out there. And man, every time I see those women in this particular video, and as soon as I find it, I will share it again with you guys, even though I know you've seen it like 100 times. It makes me want to go to my local grocer, find a couple of honey hams, and just give them the old motorboat.
I don't blame you, buddy.
Yeah. This is not a no ma'am type thing. This is full on. This is yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Al Bundy reference because you didn't know.
Yeah, you betcha. I got
You betcha. There's actually I saw a good meme the other day. It said the two most successful shoe salesmen in Chicago, and it's Al Bundy and Michael Jordan.
That's hilarious.
But I know we've talked about this before, but I will ask again. Actually, I'm asking a different question than I was. When are the Instagram models going to finally be the ones that start taking the runway full time? Like, when are we going to get away from the Victoria's Secret-esque model and move on to this new, in my opinion, superior model that is a little meatier? When's that going to happen?
I think you already see it. Like, I think New York Fashion Week was recently, and like, I just saw I just follow random shit on my Instagram because I find it interesting. So like, I saw fucking random shit pop up, and like, yeah, it was definitely not. It was way more of like the everyday lady versus like the model that we grew up. No, you know what I mean? There was
Right.
like I think you're still gonna get like even the Victoria's Secrets have kind of like, they found the curvier, thicker girl. They ain't going like, they ain't going super super high, but they've kind of juiced it up a little bit. But like a lot of these other brands have started to kind of fucking buy into that shit, and I mean, it is what it is, right? The ladies are adopting it themselves, so the clothier's market is changing, and so they got to adopt it. So I think it's already here, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Kim Kardashian thing is a little. It's a little wider than I would hope for. But man, you bring that in about maybe 2-3 sizes, and you're right in the right realm, man. That's all I gotta say.
And the weird thing is that so I post most of the videos to TikTok, if not all of them, and during the waiting period, during like when it's loading, I flick through things that aren't a part of the algorithm, and inevitably I come across very very fit men in very very small swimwear over the "It's Raining Men" song. For the first time in history, it's raining men, and men with abs and pecs that I would say that I haven't had in a while. No, that I've never had ever in my life.
And you know what? And that's another plus. That's another plus for us. I feel like speaking.
How
from,
in the fuck is that a plus for us?
Because speaking from a man from the heterosexual realm, I mean, no wrong to anyone. I feel like gay men have kind of taken over the ultra fit, the sculpted everything. They've taken over that market. And so heterosexual women are like, well, I'm not looking for a gay man. I'm looking for a real man. And real men now don't have to have that. So it's almost like gay men thank you, gay men of America. They've given us a pass to say, like, you don't have to be that because we're that. You're something else.
I can't say for sure if these are gay. I think these are just models.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want me to bring it up?
I think I also think that the gay community has always been like, there's the subculture of like fucking really fucking muscly, oily, greased up ones, and then there's also like the gays were the first to be like, you know what's great? Fat hairy guys. We call them bears. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I think the gays have always been equal opportunity when it comes to body.
That's fair.
You know,
That's
what I
fair.
mean?
But I feel like it's like one extreme or the other. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of in between with that community. They like ultra fit or just ultra up for whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know all the subcultures of gay, so
Yeah.
I can't help you past the surface level that we just got on.
Well, I know I'd be a cub. I know that. So I've been told.
You see,
And then
you're a regular ass guy. There you go. They got those.
I don't like the way you said that.
I mean, dude, I'm sorry.
You're a regular ass guy. Maybe.
You are the Wonder Bread of
Of the
you and
meat
Wes.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got no thick ass. You weren't on that runway we were talking about.
You guys are average white guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
honestly, listen, I will say when I get hit on by a homosexual man, I'm flattered.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing it right. Thank you, sir. You made you didn't make my day. You made my month.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
Yeah, Christ, I've been biting my nails less. I've been using a file. Glad you noticed.
Been moisturizing. Yeah, I ran an extra lap at the track today. So thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Definitely not that, but yeah.
right. And then inevitably I ruin it with a nice big fart. Hey, I appreciate it. Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Middle class souls, everyone. Foxman, Alan, and Murr. Glad y'all can join us here. End of set. God, fuck, it's almost October. Believe this shit? I guess the only silver lining is playoff baseball's around the corner. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be in it. Baltimore Orioles are going to be in it.
That's a weird position to be in, man.
Murr, before you know it, you're going to have to be dressing young William up. Is this the year where he gets sent out on his own, or has he still got a few more years of that of adult supervision?
What, 9? He's like, all right, buddy, time to get your own apartment.
No, on his own fucking.
You buy a car, I'll pay the insurance.
On his own for trick or treating.
Oh, no, not in this fucking dumpster fire of a world we live in. Shit, no, man.
All right, we got more.
He's going to trick or treat till he's 18, and I'm going to hold his hand the whole time.
We got more time to talk about this. Actually, you could actually just hold a boombox and do like, for the first time in history, it's raining men. What's up, Mrs. Jackson? How you doing? He likes Kit Kats. Anyway, Christ, I was going to say something. We're not going to get, what I was going to say is we're not going to get into the end of fall. Or the end of summer, beginning of fall in October or Halloween. We got a long time to talk about that. What we do want to talk about is some crazy wahoo concoction idea coming down from the CEO level that's affecting us all at McDonald's. Okay. And it has to do with a little segment we're calling Friend or Foe.
Oh, the friend or foe is, look, sometimes change happens, and we fear change. We don't like change. And I believe back in the year 1996, a change occurred where all of a sudden it's like, you can get free refills? We're not being charged for this? Oh my God. This is a hassle. I can remember going to the Havre de Grace McDonald's and going up, can I get some more Coke? And like, keep your straw, we're not allowed to touch it. And then you had to wait 5 minutes. And finally, McDonald's moved the drink machine out, self-serve. Get what you want, however much you want, whenever you want. It costs the same amount of money. Who gives a fuck? We don't care. Damn near 25 years later, the corporation known as McDonald's, the staple of Americana, is now saying, we're done with that bullshit. Now, no more free refills. No more serve yourself drinks. No more of this. And so the friend or foe is, what the fuck? Friend or foe? It's pretty fucking simple. This is like the easiest one I've ever put together. Friend, that's like, yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't really get refills anyway, so McDonald's can have their extra syrup back. Or foe, no, you introduced this bullshit to me, you inconvenienced me, you made me comfortable with it, and now you're taking it all away. You're ruining the fabric of America, McDonald's. It's a friend or foe, Wes?
I think, wait, hold on. You're going to have to repeat what's friend or foe?
I'm sorry.
I
feel like I really stacked that one. This one's a pretty fucking easy one to
I'm kidding.
go through. So go through your foe, Wes. So fucking rail on them. What the fuck?
I just don't get the justification for having to rip these soft, like the soft serve drink things out of what are you trying to get two more booths in the thing? Are you trying to are you saving money on high fructose corn syrup? Is it a cleanup thing? Is it a convenience thing for maintenance? Is it a troubling thing to retrofit certain McDonald's with these things? None of it makes sense to me. what made sense to me was I'll take a medium-sized cup or a large-sized cup. I don't know. Maybe you're feeling the large. You wanted to fill the large up, and then you wanted to fill up the large before you hit the road. I just none of it makes sense to me. Make it make sense. Which every whiny dickwad said during the fucking COVID extravaganza about everything. Make this make sense to me. I'm following it. I like my only guess is cleanup. Maybe you had to pay someone to clean the lines. You have like 1,000 straws and straw wrappers and cups. Maybe people coming in to take a piss and they fill up their coffee cups with soda. Like, I'm just using your bathroom, and then they get to hit the road. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe they're just losing money.
But I don't think they're losing that much money any which way. But and Alan, before you answer, here's the justification. It says, "quote McDonald's will be transitioning away from self-serve beverage stations and dining rooms across the U.S. by." Okay, now I will give them a little bit of a pass on this because they're giving us some time to adjust. They'll be doing away with it by 2032. The company said in a statement.
Well, I will give them a pass by calling themselves dining stations. That's bullshit.
They said, quote, "The change is intended to create a consistent experience for both customers and crew across all ordering points, whether it's McDelivery, the app, kiosk, drive-through, or in restaurant." But so they're not even claiming it's a cost-cutting measure. I feel like through that justification is what they're saying is the crew member, the employee doesn't know what to do with the cup. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. They don't know what to do with the cup. Like, here's the order. What do I do with the cup? Do I fill the cup? Do I give the customer the cup? And they just want to get done with the fucking like confusion of what to do with the cup. That's what it sounds like to me. Which is dumb justification.
And I guess so. It's probably more so that like they don't have that many fucking people coming in anymore. It's just pointless to have it. They could just fucking stick it behind the counter. Probably, I would venture to guess like 80 to 90% of their drinks are fucking made for the drive-through or some kind of fucking Uber Eats or so, you know what I mean? Like an employee's filling it, so you don't even need the fucking thing anymore. And they were like, and we probably save a little money fucking dealing with like syrups and CO2s and fucking shit like that, but it's probably negligible. They were just like, fuck it, we could streamline the restaurants themselves and get rid of this shit. That's what I think. That's probably why they did it.
So, yeah, no corporation like this makes a decision without the bottom line involved. I think Alan hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, they're not losing money. That's for fucking
right. Sure. Yeah, but I was saying like fuck it. This thing isn't used. We spend X amount of dollars to maintain it. And you know, fuck it. It's now the world we live in is mostly drive-through and Uber Eats and Grubhub or whatever. Fuck it. Get rid of it. Make a couple, make a couple more ketchup pumpers.
Yeah, but do you know how hard it is to find an employee already? Like, and then like I need a refill, and then you're gonna stand there and wait for the guy who's like dropping the fries, making the burger, and everything else to come up and get you a fucking refill. Like, I get it. Nobody eats inside the store anymore.
Yeah, so
I get it.
You go in a lot of McDonald's for this to be a fucking problem for you.
I actually do. I go because honestly, I feel like if you right now, maybe this is like the cheat code because of the sign of the times. I'll go in because it's actually faster than the drive-through because I can just hurry up, go in. I can do the order on the kiosk, and then it's almost like they expedite that order because I'm the only asshole in the store. But then I always have to go, hey, can I get my cup? Hey, can I get my cup? They don't fill it for me. Okay, can I get my cup? And then I got to go over and they don't fucking man the stations anymore. Yeah, fuck you, McDonald's. That's all I can say. Fuckers. So I'm faux because just leave it up there, man. Leave it. Why? Or do this. Just cut the counter. Cut the counter so that the employee has easy access to it and just fill the drinks up there. And then everybody can fill it up. Everybody's got access. Put it on the counter. Put it where everybody can touch it. Not just you. Fucking bitches. Piss me off. Now, everywhere's self-serve anymore. And now you're taking away self-serve. Now I got to relearn how to live my life. God damn you.
It does feel like a step back. It feels like a step back in time. You know, it's like, hey, sorry, folks, this touchscreen stuff is just getting to be way too much to maintain. We're going to go back to flip phones. We're going to go back to the old suckers that you flip open, and probably analog towers as well. And while we're at it, we're taking away all your digital stuff. It's going to be reel-to-reel pornography. Good old VHS. We got to have tracking.
Yeah, that's the good stuff, though.
Yeah. No
just
thick
don't-
girls anymore.
What? What? I just got used to it. This is my life just changed, and now you're changing it back. Okay, if they take away the self-serve soda machines, can they bring back the fucking full-fat fucking apple pies?
God, you've been on a 30-year. This has been your journey. You're Moses. You've been walking through 30 years, fucking trying to figure out whether or not you could.
I'm just kind of astounded of how invested you are into McDonald's day-to-day operations. I just didn't know
Well,
that adult Americans still frequented McDonald's like this.
listen,
Andrew Murr gets a hair possessed for this. Yeah.
well, because I do feel like McDonald's is one of those American corporations that has innovated. You can mock McDonald's all you want, but they've innovated in so many ways that have touched all our lives in other industries that aren't just McDonald's. The same way Henry Ford fucking innovated the production line. McDonald's streamlined so much stuff they're the number one toy distributor in the world because of the fucking Happy Meals.
Yeah.
They had
So, I mean, by that logic, why don't you just trust McDonald's and what they're doing? They've never really steered you wrong at this point, have they?
okay.
You just kind of just said that.
You're right. I did sort of just say that. No, but I would say they're such a part of the zeitgeist of American civility that it doesn't mean that they don't have the opportunity to make an improper decision. And so this to me is like, might be a wrong move. You've caused us all. You created a system where we had to be self-sufficient, and now you're taking that away from us. So I don't know what that's going to do. What are the ramifications here?
Nothing.
Yeah, probably nothing. And so where
Literally nothing.
zero. And where does this rank up in the okay, if you were to rank the bad decisions that McDonald's has made. Okay, removing the deep fried apple pie or removing the self-serve soda machine. What or have you not had enough time to figure out the self-serve soda machine in order to make an educated decision?
I would say the removal of the fried apple pie is it's a tragedy to humanity, really. I mean, I talk to guys under the age of 35, and I'm like, you ever had a deep fried McDonald's hot apple pie? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've had an apple pie from McDonald's. They're not deep fried. I'm like, I know they're not now. It stopped in 1992. They're like, well, what was it like? I'm like, oh, what was it like? What was your first sexual experience?
Let me tell you what I did. I ate that apple pie. Then I walked up to the counter and I asked them to refill my soda. And I walked out.
Mouth's on fire. They're substandard. There's cracks in the crust, and my mouth's burning right now. No, they were the most glorious. To me, that was a time. See, this is what I'm getting at, Alan. You're right. Has McDonald's ever made a bad decision? I say yes. They folded to pressure. The folding of pressure is what allowed the hot apple pie to go away in the first place. And so what other domino effect is that going to have? They got rid of the whole trans fat thing. We learned now that trans fat isn't even really that bad for you. It's no worse than the regular fat that's out there. They took the beef tallow out of the fries. The fries, they're the fat. The fries are still, they're on the upper echelon of fries. But man, McDonald's French fries back in 1992 were the best goddamn substance on earth. Crisp, fresh out of that fryer, beef tallow with some trans fat in there. You couldn't beat that, man. Couldn't beat that.
It touched you in a lot of ways. It touched your heart. It touched your blood pressure. Touched your cholesterol. Touched your kidneys, your colon, your cockles.
Man, when you had that nice film on your hand, sometimes it touched a little something else.
Jesus Christ, Alan, you're foe or friend? We never got a solid answer.
Can I be an acquaintance?
Indifferent?
I don't care. Like none of McDonald's behaviors have ever affected me that much. quite
Mm.
frankly.
Just don't
Like
know.
I was never like I went to McDonald's as a child. I ate Happy Meals. I got toys
Yeah.
and shit. But like,
Yeah. And your parents were handling all that outside extra
it
work,
never,
man.
it
You've never
never
lived in a
really,
world.
it never
So,
really,
Alan,
yeah.
how about this? How about other places that have the self-serve then follow suit? Like, we're gonna bring them back behind the counter.
I can't fucking tell you the last time I served myself my own fucking soft drink. I don't know when that was. Like I I legit like if I go in a Royal Farms, I just grab a bottle of Pepsi or something. Like I can't fucking tell you when that is. Like so I could care less. You could have told me like 10 years like it could have happened tomorrow and 10 years from now while we're still doing this for all 10 of our listeners. Fucking it could have been like, "Did you know they took out fucking fountain machines out of McDonald's 10 years ago?" I'd be like, "Nope, didn't fucking know that," because I would never do that. Like I would never. I don't know. I think if I pull into a McDonald's parking lot and I look at the line and I'm like, "Oh, I have to go in." All right, I'm out. I'm not fucking eating McDonald's right now. I'm leaving.
Wow. I just feel like I've been hoodwinked in some way because like
Have
you know yeah because like there was I'm gonna give you the emotional process of what McDonald's did to me. And Wes, you probably understand this a little bit too. Like there was a time where all of a sudden they started handing you the cup, and it was an empty cup. Like here's your cup, here's your straw, here's your fucking top, and it was like what the fuck? I can do this myself. Fuck you, McDonald's. You're just trying to save a buck by making me get my own goddamn drink. And then all of a sudden you became accustomed to it, and you're like, oh, this is actually better. Thanks, McDonald's. Thanks for giving me autonomy. Thanks for giving me freedom. Thanks for letting me put a little bit of Dr. Pepper in with some Sprite, in with some Coke, in with some orange drink. Thank you for giving me that freedom. And now they're taking my freedom? It just hurts.
I just went like, can we just bookmark this episode for future use? Because like, what Murr has like 3 times explained is that he's reached the age where like simple change literally like breaks his fucking brain. Like he's like he just described how when they first gave you a cup, he was like, "Fuck, this is fucking stupid. Why would I want to fucking do?" And then he got used to it, and now it's back, and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't serve myself orange drink. What am I gonna do?" Like, shut the fuck up with your old ass. Like,
and probably back then.
This is a boomer argument. You're nearing like just die already. Like,
and Murr probably back then was like, "You're not gonna. This motherfucker's earning minimum wage, $5.15 an hour. He's gonna fill my fucking cup up. Fuck this, goddamn cocksuckers."
making all that money doing nothing.
Well, I can tell you this, and Alan, I'm not even going to disagree with you. I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I can see that you might be right, but I'm reaching that age where I just won't concede that my wrong is wrong. Okay. I would check this out. This is my number one. I know I'm middle-aged moment that I've ever had. I was taking a dump at work. I was leaving the bathroom. I just got done, flushed the toilet, zipped up, did the belt, everything, and I looked down at the toilet paper roll and I was like, "Hey, well, you know what? We should grab a little bit of that, just in case." And I wrapped a few times around my hand and I put it in my back pocket. And I was like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, just in case. Like, what happens if you need, toilet paper for something?" Like, you fucking old motherfucker. What is happening?
Wait. You said, wait, hold on. You asked yourself, why would you do that? Then you answered just
Yes.
because? Oh,
Yes.
wow. I'm sorry. The way you presented that conversation was, you made it seem as though someone who was asking, why would you do that? Wasn't you. It was someone else.
The someone else was a younger me.
Yeah,
Asking me now, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing that?
Just in case.
And then you blurted out verbally, "Yeah, just in case, man."
Yeah, 100%. You summed it up right there. I was like, just never know, never know, never know what. Never know if you're gonna shit yourself. Never know if you're gonna need a blood. What do you never know? Because you've never done this. You've never wrapped an extra handful of toilet paper around your fucking chubby little fucking hand and shoved it in your back pocket just in case. Just in case what? You dribble a little bit because you can't hold your pee back anymore? What are you doing just in case for? Got to rub some of your asshole cream because your fucking hemorrhoids are flaring up? What is the just in case about? And maybe it's all the above. So yeah, I want my goddamn cup, Alan, and I want to be able to fill it up with ice again if I want. I want to be able to put some fucking orange drink in there if I need to. Man, they got some fucking fancy machines now. If you haven't been inside, you can actually go in and you can touch screen. I want Diet Coke with a pinch of lime.
Yeah, the game where you can pick the genre and then do the fruit flavored. That's I mean, if you take those away, you're taking my freedom away. And I'm not even a conservative, but I think you're taking my freedom away.
Thank you.
I feel like you guys pour your own drinks a lot.
We do.
I'm shocked by it, honestly. That's really the crux of it. Like I can't even fathom that you pour your own drinks this often.
Listen, when I order a foot-long chicken teriyaki with Italian herbs and cheese bread, with pepper jack cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, jalapenos, banana peppers, and Old Bay seasoning, and ranchero sauce, I want to be able to select what I want in that cup.
All right, you know what?
That's where it is. That's part of it, right? I haven't been in a Subway in a decade. God, we don't diet the same. I don't think.
You do that at Jimmy John's too, I think. Well, maybe not.
Well, wait, nah, I don't. Nah, I don't do Jimmy John. I'm more of a Jersey Mike's.
Okay. Jersey Mike's is behind the counter.
I don't know. I don't get a drink.
Okay. Oh, just the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, just to say.
And by potatoes, I mean bread.
Yeah. That's
All
the
right.
potato. That's the potatoes of the sandwich. That's
All right. So bottom line, our freedoms are getting stolen.
Yeah.
And
basically, this
and
is
Alan's
communist
okay with
China. This is communist China.
Yep.
It is what it is.
let's get smarter, Merc.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from Mal say Alan and get to your fun fact Friday.
Yeah, you can have your sodas, bro. I don't care.
Like I almost saw served a beer out on the floor here. I almost gave you a cherry flavored Oktoberfest on my fucking carpet.
Let's get to your mental floss. Amazing facts brought to you once again by our brand new friend over on Instagram, Cuckster4Life. If you would like to hear about the trials and tribulations of the cucking of the Cuckster, make sure you check out this brand new Instagram page. Just totally random. We're just glad to have found him and make him part of our lives here.
He's not a friend of ours, but he's we know someone who knows someone who is the Cuckster.
Yeah.
Someone told me he looks like me when I only shave my beard part, leave my mustache.
You know what? He's got a lot of wisdom for life. It's kind of it's kind of a story about just letting go, letting go, letting life happen before your eyes.
Yeah.
Check him out, Cuckster4Life, the number 4, on Instagram. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Did you know not all rabbits are cute and tiny? Some grow to be downright monstrous. The Flemish giant rabbit, the world's largest breed of bunny, measures about 2.5 feet in length on average, though some have grown to be more than 4 feet long and weigh up to 22 pounds. Fortunately, they're gentle giants, which is what makes them popular pets.
Jesus. So, something that's like a boxer or like a German Shepherd size.
2.5 feet long. 2.
If you're sitting,
I would say more like golden retriever size, about a golden retriever size rabbit.
Fuck, that's ridiculous. That's absurd. You should not have a bunny pet if that's the case.
Dude, there's a video. It's of a great hare, and I think it's they're doing like an F1 race over in Europe somewhere, and this fucking jackrabbit decides it's gonna cross the track. And to its credit, it damn near hops over the fucking car. But then there's that pesky spoiler on the back. And oh my God, the devastation of both man, machine, and nature is fucking phenomenal. And if I find that, I will send that to you guys post haste because it's amazing. It's almost like the Easter Bunny just fucking just meeting his maker in the
So
form of a blender.
and you're saying it's like a great hair, one of the like the size of one of these things that you're talking about?
It's actually a little bit bigger than one of these things.
Jesus Christ. God.
Yeah, imagine like a
Yes, rabbit.
Rottweiler
Yeah, as a bunny.
getting
Ugh.
hit at like 220 miles an hour.
Jesus.
And all that happy thought. Did you know? In paganism, the equinox is called Mabun, or second harvest. It's a time to give thanks for the summer and to pay tribute to the coming darkness. It is also a time to prepare for Samhain, the larger Celtic festival that inspired Halloween. Some rituals of Mabun include building an altar with harvest fruits and vegetables, meditating on balance, gathering and feasting on apples, offering apples to the goddess, and counting one's blessings.
Yeah, I didn't know all that shit that you just said right there. None of it. Absolutely 0% of what you just muttered is actually anything that I knew.
When they're this long, I just divorce myself from all the words and just say brain read.
Maboon, Celtic, Halloween.
It's like, well,
That's all I got.
let me fix it for you. It's Mabon, and that Samhain word is pronounced Samhain. Believe it or not, in fucking Celtic or Gaelic or whatever the fuck it's actually in. But yes, I did know those things because I've asked them for trivia before.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Good. Okay.
See?
But what I'm gathering from all of this is that all the fun parts of the things that we do are these things
Yes.
that we're supposed to reject in Anglo-Christian culture.
Yeah.
We celebrate the fuck out of them like, this is all pretend. And back then they were like, no, this is serious shit. You eat that apple, you dress up like a fucking spooky ghost, and yeah, and now we're like, yeah, all the things we celebrate are all the things we were supposed to shun.
It's like a Halloween celebration, right?
Pretty
It's kinda
basically the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, okay.
I think what may or may not have happened, and take this with a grain of salt, is that at some point in time, the power structure became a power vacuum of mostly white Christians, and they were like, you know what? Those crazy people in the field should stop doing that. So we should just make them do this Christian stuff with us, and fuck their customs and stuff.
But
then
once a year,
That kind of transitioned to like
Yeah,
candy.
but
and stuff.
yeah, but like once a year we'll let them have it, and so they don't fucking riot. And yeah, but like yeah, I mean, essentially what they're saying is that's like essentially Halloween and Thanksgiving all rolled into one. It's like
Yeah.
feast on the bounty, and celebrate with some
Well,
freaky shit.
Yeah, there's supposed to be celebrations of the turn of the season. Harvest
Right.
usually is part of that.
And
And then also the dark. It's natural, right? So when that happens, the days get shorter and the nights get longer. So darkness is a theme. It's very common sense, but that the Christians were like scary, dark.
I always love. I still think my favorite thing in the world is that all the kids that went to Christian school are all just so anti-Christian. It just had the complete
we
opposite
sit
effect.
there and we're like, oh, this is bullshit. Like we literally if you have a modicum of logic and intelligence, you're like, this is just like a control mechanism. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I almost feel like this around the same time when you and your boys, when someone was like, hey, do you all jerk off? Like, yeah, I do. Was around the same time when you and your boys were like, hey, I think this is bullshit. Like, yeah.
Right?
I mean, those things happen within a 6-month stretch.
Overexposure in the modern world it has you're living in the era of the internet and online porn, and then you go to a nun and she's teaching you stuff and also this, and it's like, wait a second.
Well, no, I think it's honestly, most of the people I know like that are like, we know the religion better than the casual Christian. So like most of the people who are very loud about it and are like, this is Christian ideals, I'll cut you apart in fucking 5 minutes because you don't know your own religion. I understand it, and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. This is just
Yeah.
hypocrisy. This is pure hypocrisy. Got it. Like, it's not that hard.
Remember we were golfing. It was you, me, Dave, and Mike. We were playing, but the four of us were playing golf. Christ, I could tell you where it was, but it wouldn't make it. Doesn't make any difference. By the way, Dave and Mike went to school with Alan at Mount St. Joe's, the Catholic high school. Mike said, and this is like, he's like, I don't care what the deal is with it, but problem is they need to allow the fathers or the pastors to marry. They need to allow them to marry women, to fornicate. And I was like, holy damn. You've solved a lot of problems with that statement right there. And remember, you and Dave were like, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Protestants, that was Martin Luther's whole thing is like, I want to bang his nun, so see you later. Here's a note on the door.
Yeah, it's just like it's funny. It's interesting because Christianity progressed kind of somewhat, and that it progressed at the whim of the power structure, and then eventually was just like, you know what? I think we've reached quite enough power for people we don't like. Let's just keep it right here. Like we could amend this religion to include some other stuff, but women and coloreds. Do they need them? Do they need these privileges? Nah. And it just kind of stopped right there. And so that's the perfect example. If it had just evolved just even a little bit, it might have not been as bad. But
This is supposed to be fun Facts Friday. Okay?
it was a fun fact.
Not depressing Facts Friday. Okay? Let's get to another fun one.
I'm going to ask you to repeat all that shit I don't remember.
Something about Mumbai. I don't know.
It's like Joe.
Indian ghost.
Yeah. All right.
In Szechuan food. Did you know China, a Korean term meaning mom's friend's son, is used to describe a person who's better at everything than you are?
I just explained to you that I didn't know all the terminology that you used in some religious shit. Then you're like, did you know in Korean, chang chun means shit that you don't understand now? Come on, man.
Okay, listen. No, but this is actually a great fun fact, and it tells you a lot about the Asian culture. China, get past that. China. It means mom's friend's wife. So your mom's got a friend that she chats with at work, and she's got a son, right? And so that word means that kid is better than you at everything that you do. So if your mom's like, oh, China did this, China did that. What about, how come you can't be like China? So it's like, she's saying like, you're a piece of shit. Why can't you be like her son?
Yeah, I don't know that he's using it right, but I get the context of what he's saying. And I was going to say, look, as a minority child, guilt is a strong tool in the parental arsenal of it's la chancla, guilt, fucking, things like that, things that really scar you for life. And I thought the Latinos had it pretty well locked down, but to have a word for my friend's kid's better than you is fucking next level parental guilt. The Asians really know how to do it.
His penis is bigger. His balls are bigger. His taint's bigger. He has a bigger appetite.
He's better at math.
Better at math. He reads better.
That's like the ultimate insult, right?
He can do algebra 2 trigonometry.
Right.
All of you can do algebra 2 trigonometry, but he does it better than you.
He does it in his head.
Have you guys seen the video of those guys doing like algebra on like fake abacuses?
Who's those guys?
That's crazy. Asians.
The Chinas.
So you knew where that was going.
I didn't.
They go in.
Immediately until I asked it. But go ahead.
They go into it like a trance, right? Like you give them like some crazy algebraic equation on a chalkboard, and they fucking like their eyes roll up into the top of their head like the Undertaker getting ready to give a fucking like choke slam, and they're like, and they're swinging the fucking beads virtually in the air, and then they're like, and they fucking get the answer right. It's wild.
Damn, man. Pass that shit. Pass that shit.
Okay, all right. Did you know? The final words of Moby Dick author Herman Melville, who died on this day in 1891, were said to be, "God bless Captain Veer." V-E-R-E. How do you say that? Is that Veer?
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a reference to his then unpublished novel, Billy Budd, which was found in a bread box well after he died in 1918. So his last words were a reference to a book that wasn't found yet in a fucking bread box. That's wild. It's wild, man.
Turns out it may have been written by Stephen King's alter ego. What was his name?
Richard
Stanley Brookman or some shit.
Richard Bachman. Richard Bachman.
Yeah, that's it.
Richard Belzer.
Don't you dare talk about Munch that way.
No. I lost sight of what the original fact was. So the
You
guy who
haven't-
wrote
I don't know if you've known any of the facts that I've read.
zero. Actually, so the writer of Moby Dick said, "Hey, I wrote Moby Dick," and then people like lit a torch and threw him on fire in a Viking funeral.
No, you know what?
he said.
His last words. I fucking hate you. His last words were, "God bless."
You
Captain,
hate Alan? Apologize to him. Fuck that.
God bless Captain Veer, right?
Mhm.
And nobody knew what the fuck that meant.
Right.
And then they found this book that they didn't know he wrote in a bread box well after he died.
Oh shit.
So like 30
What's-
years after he died, they found the reference to his last words. That's a fucking that's a fucking riddle, dude. That's pretty.
That's the treasure chest. That's the ultimate Moby Dick, or I was thinking Long John Silver type thing, but
called? Did it have a title? What did you say?
Yes.
What the book called?
The book was called Billy Budd. Billy and then B-U-D-D. I mean, obviously, not a well-known work of his.
Yeah.
because it was written under
I
a
was just seeing if
pseudonym
they
called
actually ever like published it.
Steve Dockman. You almost get agitated beyond belief with me when I get this drunk on the show. I'm really sorry, but I can't help myself.
It went from aggravation to hilarity, so it's fine now. And I'm like trying to like preview this next fact, and I don't even know. It's another long one. And I don't even know what it's about, and I know it's not going to go well.
Here we go. Here comes some terms that we don't know. Did you know that the Greeks took to use the debay, but it's called diaper rash?
I've actually been practicing this one word while you've been fucking this whole thing up this whole time. So let's just get to it. Let's move on. Finally, your final fun fact of this Friday. Did you know? According to the English lexicographer Francis Gross's aptly titled Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, Fweeg is a verb meaning to put ginger up a horse's fundament.
All right, what's
How
a
do you spell that? How
fundament?
do you spell that?
I'm going to guess fundament, Fundament. I'm
not-
imagining a horse's
not
ass.
He didn't want to know what the fundament. He wanted Fweeg.
Oh, Feague.
So Alan,
Wait, what was it again?
Feague.
Uh-huh.
so
After
we're
we
gonna
get
get to the bottom of this. Just so you know,
That's
we're gonna figure out.
fundamental. I don't even know what I've read to this point. According to the English lexicographer Francis Goose's aptly titled Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue, fweeg is a verb meaning to put ginger up a horse's fundament. If that sounds too ridiculous to be true, don't worry. You can always replace the raw ginger with a live eel. Both methods, Gross explained,
Jesus.
were apparently once used to, quote, make him lively and carry his tail well, thereby earning his owner a better price at the market.
This is before they found rodents, of course.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm gonna translate all of this for a drunken Wesley Fox here. Basically, they're saying if you shove ginger up the horse's ass or put a live eel in there, that horse is gonna trot like nobody's business.
Yeah,
he's gonna
and this is what
expect
that's why I said this is before they found rodents.
a gerbil reference to the Richard Gere tale.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
The Wesley Fox, the Feig of Wesley Fox.
The feed.
Did you know him and the writer of Moby Dick collaborated before they died?
I know that.
Yeah, they just came up with a really good saga about
The Dick Fleed paradox.
the Dick Weed paradox. That's right.
That's your fucking fun fact Friday, Alan. Is there any research you'd like to go over before we fact this up?
Nope. I think we're good. Ginger's on buttholes. That's now we
Ooh,
know.
nothing about the eels?
No, I
It's the
didn't
same
see-
thing. It's the same effect.
Yeah.
But, well, listen. If you put like a little bit of ginger in my rear end versus a live slithery eel, the effect will not be the fucking same.
You don't know that.
Ginger makes you tender. All right. So there's a sting involved. I think it's very similar.
Did a writer from the Fun Facts say that?
No,
Ginger makes you
that's all
tender.
me. That's all
That's you.
this guy.
That's an original work from you.
That's an
Okay.
original work. I'm gonna type it out and put it in my bread box.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel as though those slithery fuckers might make you jump a little higher than just a little self-impacted tinder or ginger, whatever. Yeah. That's Fun Fact Friday?
Yeah, that's
All
it,
right.
buddy.
Alan, tell all the eel fishermen where you can find the middle class levels.
I think you can find us on Pornhub, Bank.
2 middle class holes, 4 cups. You can get
Yeah,
there.
Google that. That's a thing.
Jesus.
It's
God.
it's just us drinking lemonade out of 4 cups. No, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at MDO Class Holes on Instagram and Twitter, or the Middle Class Holes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. And for your listening pleasures, please check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And please don't forget to fucking follow our new homeboy, the Cuckster for Life. That's the number 4 over on Instagram. Cuckster for Life. If you're into sharing your wife with strangers in motels on the side of the road, your kind of thing.
You'll love it. We
You'll
guarantee
love
it.
You'll love it.
So this week in Middle Class Holes history, we're going to leave you with a good 10-minute bit from 3 years ago, actually. So we're pretty dumb now, but we were much dumber then 3 years ago. And this is where me and Murr finally enclosed the idea to Alan about our entrepreneurial, I guess, theme about a new cereal idea that we had, and it's called Float Cakes. Murr, you still feel enthusiastic about Float Cakes? You still feel as though that we could hit the right ears, hit the right market, hit the right person with some money? That this
It's all
could,
about
this could be-
advertising, man. It's all about
Yeah.
advertising. That's it. Cereal shit. All cereal shit. It's all the same crunchy bullshit. You dump milk on it. We can make a buck. That's all.
That's right. So listen, we're gonna leave you with this. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the month of September. Enjoy Major League Baseball playoffs that are coming up. Whatever you're doing, in your nook of the cranny of the world. But yeah, check us out. Here it comes. Flow Cakes. Have a listen.
Jesus Christ.
When you're having having a breakfast, Flow Cakes, part of a complete breakfast. Check it.
Yeah, good job.
Fuck you.
And this
this goes back
Doesn't
to
sound
me and
good.
Wes's theory that they need to make a motherfucking funnel cake something. Funnel cake needs to come out in either cereal form or Girl Scout cookie form. Now, I'm still apt for the cereal. I think it would be the best cereal ever. Have we gone on this tangent with you yet, Alan?
No, but I mean, I'm here for it. But I'm just saying, how would you make funnel cake cereal?
Listen,
What's the
hold on. Let me, because I have the answer to this question. Me and Murr never ever got past the manufacturing of the actual bite-sized cereal. We
Funnel
never
cakes,
got to
like-
the point. We just figured that we would come across someone that could create a very microscopic, highly fructose corn syrup riddled a semblance of a funnel cake in a bite-sized form that could dissolve a little bit of milk. We were straight marketing. Okay,
It's my question. So, like, is it pieces of funnel cake? Because you know how funnel cake is just fucking fried dough. So, like, it's got strings, or is it like an asymmetrical Chex square? So
like,
it looks like an actual mini funnel cake.
Cookie Crisp is the best little like small thing that I could come up with.
Okay.
Yeah, and Cookie Crisp, they don't taste like chocolate chip cookies. They just look like chocolate chip cookies. That's all we're going for here. I actually had a theory on how to get this done and market it to either General Mills or Post, whoever makes honeycombs, because let's be honest, honeycombs ain't fucking honeycombs. They're just little fucked up little shapes that they pop out of a machine. So what I wanted to do was get the malformed honeycombs, the ones that were all fucked up, and just put a little icing glaze on top of them, put them in a box, and then rebrand them as flow cakes.
Well,
Honey
you
cake.
gotta. I would say whatever the icing is. What I think you just gotta back off, and whatever the coating on shredded wheat is, that's what's got to be on top.
That's the powdered sugar.
Yeah, that's the powdered sugar.
Okay.
Okay, so
Nah, that's my
malformed. So essentially, they're malformed honeycombs with a powdered sugar glazing on them. Maybe like a little powdered sugar, and then you spritz them with like a sugar water so it sticks.
So it
And then
sticks.
that's it. That's your flow cake. Because it doesn't. Because they don't even have to be spiral shaped. You're right. Because an actual funnel cake is just an odd looking mess of
Just
the
strands of dough
Yeah.
fried together.
Deep fried with powdered sugar on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we call them flow cakes. I had the whole marketing campaign put together. Check this out, Alan.
So hold on real quick. But
Yes.
So I had this very rough idea of funnel cake cereal, and I pitched it, and no one in the room of about 10 people, gave a damn about it except Murr. And Murr was like, "Yeah, go on." And thus, listen, I'm not saying I'm the originator of it. I simply like kind of opened the floodgates of what I had going on in my 17-year-old mind, and Murr grabbed it and ran with it, and we designed this marketing campaign about flow cakes. So if you're even interested, we'll tell you.
I like it.
You do? Okay, shit. Here we go.
I'm cool. I'm here for it. Like I said, I think
Okay.
it's great.
So here's the general setup and the commercial, the whole shebang. So I decided that you need some sort of cartoon character element here to push the funnel cake cereal, and so I came up with the Three Bears idea. Their manager, that's Goldilocks, Goldie. Okay, she's in charge of the bears. She gets them to the shows on time, makes sure the equipment's ready to rock and roll. You got three bears. You've got a panda bear. Think about it.
Wasn't
You've
it four
got
bears?
a nice little. Well, no, there's three bears. There's
Okay.
just check this out though,
All right.
because the panda. I can't. He encompasses the mulatto of the world, the mixed race, okay, and the Asian all in one. He's black, he's white, he's Asian. Boom. He's the tech guy, okay. He sits back and he runs the ones and the twos, okay. Then you've got Then you've got the brown bear to reach our Latino audience, and you've got the polar bear to reach our white audience, and we're ready to rock and fucking roll. And then the brown bear was the road manager. That's right. So we had everybody all covered. So there were four bears. And
Great.
then the whole shtick was going to be there was going to be this rockin' party, right? And for whatever reason, it's a cartoon. Shut up. The speakers are filled with the batter for the flow cakes, and as the party gets rocking and the room gets hot, the records, then they're fucking red hot, scratching.
The records
Batter
are flow
starts-
cakes, by the way.
The batter starts flapping out of these speakers, and every little pit of batter hits a record, turns into a flow cake, and flies into the audience.
Alan, you picking up? You feeling this?
And as everybody holds their flow cake above their head, boom, powdered sugar confetti goes off at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Flow cakes.
Actually, and I remember okay. This could have been up there with the Sunny D's of the world, but I had written a rap for it, and I only remember the last lyric. Do you
Go for
remember? Yeah, it was when you wake up in the morning, grab your checklist, flow cakes, part of a complete breakfast.
Boom. Suck a dick.
So bad.
All right, so Alan, we need you.
Around roughly what year was this conceived?
2000, 2001.
Yeah, right around 2000. Yeah, this might have been a pre 9/11 idea when the world was more simple and the
We talked. I remember
Me,
Jim.
bright shining future for some delicious funnel cake cereal.
I remember
If I was
Jimmy's.
a kid, I would probably. If I was a kid that knew what funnel cake was, because I feel like a lot of kids nowadays don't know what funnel cakes are, for some odd reason, then yeah, I'd probably be about it. It seems reasonable. I mean, there's three or four mascots. I can't even remember at this point. The marketing department did not make that clear.
Okay, all right. Listen, this has been a long time since I've pitched the idea. Okay, so it's a little rusty, but I got all the elements.
No, I get it. There are multiple mascots, racially diverse.
Right.
So that's a plus.
Multiple
Like,
bears.
see, like you were ahead of your time back then. You could have just been super racist, and it would have been totally okay. So now you're good to go. Yeah, I'm with it. I think it needs some polishing, but I would eat funnel cake cereal.
I remember it now. Okay, the panda bear was the tech guy. He set up the equipment, and then you had a brown bear, a black bear, and a polar bear. Those were the three stage guys. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was like. Scratches was the name of the one on the ones and twos.
I think we dabbled in naming
Scratches.
some of the talent. Scratches was definitely the panda that was. And the vinyls were supposed to be flow cakes as well. I don't know if Murr threw that in there.
Well, no, they're hot plate. They were like hot plates, and when the batter hit the records, they turned into flow cakes.
Okay.
See, I feel like, I mean, that's a good way to do it. I like that. I feel like I want to be truer to the fact that they actual funnel cakes land in a giant vat of oil, but it seems a whole lot more difficult to conceive.
Well, we're air frying them now. We're trying to be a little more health conscious.
That's fair. That makes sense.
It was a simpler time. Actually, I remember Jimmy Rowland saying, "Don't let
Never give up.
Don't let funnel cakes die, man. It's a good idea. Don't let it die."
Now, I know this seems like a funny conversation, but every piece of media I've ever been involved in, I brought this up. By the way, I brought up funnel cake cereal on the local news in Slower Lower, Delaware, because I got every year when the Delaware State Fair came to town, somebody from the radio station got to go down and promote why we were there, and we didn't have any reason to be there. And the newscaster was like, "Well, you guys aren't promoting anything tonight, so why are you down here, Crank?" Because that was my radio name.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Well, actually, I don't know, but I just want to tell you
Hilarious.
one little." And I went straight into my funnel cake cereal pitch. And it was glorious, and I made it onto a WNDT news with flow cakes.
Wait a minute. So, did any of these local television DJs or television on air talents give you any like, "Oh wow, that's a good idea"? Nothing.
Oh, they had no
That-
choice. They were on camera. They all thought I was a fucking crazy kook that was losing his fucking
Nah,
mind.
Here's, I guess, my most pressing question, and I don't mean to cut you off, but why flow cakes?
Because West was really into the thing, and rappers flow. And when you're putting funnel cake into the mix, it's flowing out of the bottom of the funnel,
Okay.
and then they're cakes. So flow cakes. The name has been the biggest hurdle, it seems, with people this has been pitched to, because they
Right.
say it reminds them of urinal cakes. And, but
I can see how that.
I'm kind of I kind of got my heels dug in on this one, though. I feel like flow cakes is the way to go. You know what? There's no bad marketing, and if people think they sound like your own cakes, then I'm okay with it as long as you buy them.
Ain't something that I fear. And though it may be a thrill, don't take me fishing near a hill. Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer. 'Cause I get drunk most every day. I always seem to find myself late. Might be on as fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.